Well, welcome again, Scorpio. It's that time of the month where we have a look at your horoscope. If you know your lunar sign or your rising sign, you can apply what I'm saying to that as well. But this is predominantly for those of you who have a sun sign Scorpio. And it's an important month because the new moon, which takes place on the 7th, is going to hit this already hard hit 11th house of your horoscope. And this means more of the same. What's the 11th house, you ask? The 11th house has to do with your social appetites, friendships. It can, in fact, relate to romance too, because this 11th house is directly opposite this 5th house. 5th house is the house of love affairs. Now, leading up to that, around the 4th and 5th, some business issues that you go through. And you're going to have this rather somber sort of lunar Saturn transit every month as it swings around here in your 10th house. You're probably a little lethargic in your work and throwing all of your eggs into this social basket as a means of, it's like a diversionary tactic, right? There's the new moon, but bear in mind also, and I've been saying this to all the other star signs, that this Neptune opposite the new moon here in the 11th house can be rather confusing. You may be trying to cast the net wide to make some new friends, network yourself better. That new moon moves into the 12th house of deception, where Venus and Mercury are located. Venus is the planet of your principal relationships. But Neptune against Mars can have a rather paralyzing effect on your experiences, your desires, your actions. Because Mars is the action planet, one of your ruling planets. Neptune is the idealistic planet, the otherworldly spiritual planet. So there are some issues around that where there's a strong desire nature now, a strong push to make new friends, new acquaintances, and to expand your circle of influence. But that may be causing some confusion. You may also be making the wrong choices. You have to be very careful of that too. All that glitters is not gold. The ruling planet for Scorpio here moves into this 12th house. So you may have had a very, very hectic period socially. You may have been very, very busy in some ways. I'm not saying you've been out and about. If you're in lockdown, it still may mean you've been busy. But the Mars transit into your 12th house shows us, with its lovely triangular aspect to Saturn here, which is retrograde right now, a more constructive approach and a more embracing approach to being alone. Maybe you've just exhausted all of that social life and want some time out to reevaluate where you're at. Now, the moon making contact with Neptune here in its full moon phase on September 21, pardon me, shows that this low-key Mars and your creative energies, your expressive quality is going to come to the fore at that time. And that's in the last week of September. Use that energy wisely and try to balance the social side of your life by maybe embracing people who have a like mind in terms of the creative aspects. You could find yourself casting the net very, very wide, like Chinese fishermen who want to get a bit of a little bit of tuna and end up just dredging up everything. You want to avoid that, because then you've got to go through that process of attrition, of figuring out who the hell is worthy of keeping as a friend and who am I going to kick out to the curb. The sun moves to the 12th house as well. So you've got 3 planets there towards the end of the month, focusing you on a more private sort of existence, at least for a while. Mars will remain there for a while, but this is for at least 1 month while the sun is transiting this area. And notice also Mercury retrograde. Mercury's retrogression here in the 12th house, which is the spiritual zone of your horoscope, is very telling, because you've had the new moon in that area showing us a new approach to your belief systems, maybe a revamp, maybe getting rid of those components of your philosophy that you realize now haven't been working for you. So this is what I would call a discriminative aspect. Have I gone past the date? Doesn't matter. Very discriminative, and Mercury's transit through this area of your horoscope means that you'll be doing a lot of reevaluation, a lot of deep thinking and contemplation. This is a perfect combination for yoga with the physical planets, the Sun and Mars, activating this area of yourself. But that happens in the air sign of Libra. So it amalgamates the physical with the intellectual, but in a very, very private sort of way. Could this be the month you become enlightened, perhaps? If you want to find out a little more about that, I've got more information for you for the month of September, Scorpio, at astrology.com.au. You've got your daily, your weekly, your monthly, that's what we're doing now, and the yearlies, which tie in as a totality to give you an idea of where you're going. So not just this week or this month, but you can see where the overall pattern of your transits is moving in the coming months. And I hope you'll avail yourself of that. Don't forget to subscribe. Drop me a note if you want. I'm here available for readings, and I do look forward to your company next month. Stay safe. Bye-bye for now.